Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Thomas and Daniel story edition of the Running Club podcast episode. My name is Daniel Yang, president of Running Club, with my co-host Thomas Kawase, vice president of Running Club.
Yeah.
Today, we'll be talking about how your kind of your racing success failures and why you think what's so important to you? What's so special about racing for you?
Yeah, like what are some of the lessons we learned from racing? Because I feel like racing is a big part of running. Like it's kind of how I feel like running probably started from racing, or like back in the old days, they would just pick the fastest messenger or something. But now it's for me, I feel like it shows me my progress and where I'm at, and I like comparing my old years and to my new years and stuff like that. So we're gonna get into. Wait, what's up?
Oh, sorry. It helps a lot with competition wise and trying to see where you at and stuff like that. It helps incentivize things.
Yeah.
But what were you gonna say?
So we're gonna get into our top 2 successes from races and our top 2 fails. So I'll start with my second, or let's start from the bottom. I'll start with the second
failure.
Biggest success. Or should we do failure first?
Yeah, I feel like failure first.
All right. Well, I'll do this. My second biggest failure was probably my freshman year. I used to always just go out really fast in the beginning. And then there was this one race in Redondo where you start on the track, you do a lap on the track, and then you go up this big hill. That's the first quarter mile of the race. And I just booked it. And I was leading the race by a shit ton. But I ended up dying towards the end. At the end, I was like, oh shit, everyone's passing me. I got no kick. But no, that was probably my second worst fail for running.
On the hill.
Yeah, definitely taught me to just chill for a bit in the beginning. Because it's a long race.
No, that happens a lot too. Yeah, I get you. And for me, my second worst failure race was probably a track. It was definitely a track meet. I don't know, it was 2 mile. I can't really remember the specific one. It's probably
just in general 2 mile.
No, actually no, it was the 1 mile. Actually no, now I remember now. I actually remember now. My second failure was coming back. I think it was my junior or sophomore year. I think it's sophomore year. And we were at Saddle Up, and this was at Vesta Marietta High School. And I ran a 5:29 for my mile time, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, this is so slow! This is so slow!" And we drove 70 minutes away from Walnut to get to Vesta Marietta. It was a bit of a drive. It was a bit of a drive,
yeah.
And only that one meet, that 5-minute, 30-minute,
yeah,
time period, and then you're like, bruh, I think I just ran the worst mile time I ever ran. And that was coming back from it. It was track preseason, it was still preseason, but it was damn, I gotta really put in that work.
Dang, one of those wake up calls.
It was a big wake up call. Junior year too. Junior year, I was doing terrible left and right, terrible. My fastest mile time was 5:45 my junior year, and I was like, bro, that's unacceptable.
But why do you think? Why do you think it was like that? Just you were in racing mode?
Or first of all, AP class. Well, first of all, it was 2 AP classes. On top of the 2 AP classes, I also was ASB leadership, and also I was just taking too much stuff. That really helped a lot. You know what? You learn from your failures. That's the point that we try to get at. Yeah. You really learn from your failures, so you don't take on too much. And so, we're going into our fall quarter right now, right? And I feel like I'm very comfortable with a lot of things. So you don't want to be overworked. Everyone just don't overwork yourself. I overwork myself high school. Now you got to be a little bit more smarter.
Yeah. I feel like you definitely get more done when you're smarter.
You know, time management, man. Time management. You want to do the best work you can, not you do everything.
Yeah. Right? Definitely. Because if you try to do everything, you're not going to get a good mile time.
There's too much struggling.
right.
Yeah, I honestly wasn't just focused. I was just like, I'm so tired of it. Junior year, I lost a little bit of motivation. I think that's what's so great about races because you're like, oh my god, like the freshmen are beating me. Like, like I've been here for like what, like 3 years. Like, bro, like why is like the freshman beating me?
Dude, sometimes there's some crazy freshmen, bro.
It
Like,
is crazy freshmen,
there's some
but like
crazy freshmen.
there is crazy freshmen. But when you have like a Nikhil that dropped from 26 to like
And the
19,
kill.
you're like, what in the world is wrong with you, man? Like, why aren't you improving?
Damn, too much
Ask
shit.
yourself those questions and you'll get better, you know? And okay. Anyways, what's your top failure?
My top failure would probably be my first marathon when I ran it with Aaron Nearat, and like this is the same shit as the Redondo, but I started too fast because like it was my first marathon. The real only goal was to finish. I wanted to beat Aaron, and then right before the race, like a day before, Aaron's mom told me like, oh, to get to Boston time, you gotta get like 3 flat or something. I was like, whatever. And then but like I heard that, and then you have to go like 7-minute pace. So when I first started the marathon, I started at 7-minute pace, and I was just like, bro, this is nothing. And I just dropped it down to 6:30.
Oh my
and then
goodness.
and then I hit the wall, man. So hard at like mile 22. Everything started getting dizzy. I thought there was like an earthquake, and I was just like, give me the. I was just hoping someone just like pushed me to the finish line, but at like mile 24, Aaron passed me, and he was going 7:30 the whole way, but I finished. It was a chill race, but I'd say that was my biggest failure for
So
running.
so did you guys split up or something or like?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I mean, we were just like running it on our own, and I was running 6:30s, like 6:45s, and he literally just did 7 flat the whole way and just smoked me. I was like, bruh, like
Yeah.
literally that was such an easier race for him, like just going like a minute slower per mile. Like, dude, it was so brutal, but.
I can't imagine that, man.
Yeah. But I mean, like, yeah, marathons are fun though. Like, it definitely got me like hyped to do another one. So it was kind of, I guess, a good thing, even though it was like the worst. So like, what was your worst?
Yeah, no, like, sorry, let me make a comment before
Yeah.
I start on my worst one. Yeah, like, honestly, like, you're like, ooh, like, you really just have to learn from it. Like, hey, like, the 7, like,
No,
you
yeah,
consistent.
yeah. You can't.
I,
If you do a marathon, you have to chill the first half. Like, it has to
very,
feel almost effortless.
yeah, very important for the 3200. I used to write down the times on my left arm, and then when I passed by the clock, I'll be like, oh, like, am I hitting the right time? Then you know you're pacing, and you want to keep it consistent. It's not like, hey, one 75, the other one like 79, the other one 80. Like, make it all 80. Make it like just try to
Yeah.
break your goal.
Even pace is a lot easier. It's
But
just like a lot easier for your race. You're gonna finish stronger.
sometimes I surprise myself too. It's like, man, something not on my like when you're like on the 5th lap and you're like, oh my god, I have so much more energy. I can go so much faster than this. And you really have to pay attention to the race setting too. One like sometimes like I write down the times right here and like, you know what, like, hey, like I can beat this guy. It's like,
Yeah.
just do it, and then you're gonna get a faster time too. Like you're gonna beat your arm too. Like
Yeah.
you think that you're gonna beat like 15 or 30 seconds of the time. Like usually when I write down my goals, like 30 seconds. Maybe you're gonna break a minute. It's like, man, like really be surprised what you can do sometimes.
For real, dude. I feel like you don't know what's gonna happen to the race in the race like till you actually do it. So.
All right, so yeah, exactly. You never know. All right, so my top failure would have to be, I still remembered today, was Rosemead Invitational. It was a cross country meet. I don't remember what year it was, but it was like 2016, I believe, or 2015. It was junior year. Huh?
Track or cross country?
It was cross country, Rosemead Invitational. I don't know if you went to those, but
No.
yeah, they hosted pretty big meets at Rosemead, and man, I remember that one year, junior year, literally like we like they put the fastest at the very end, right? Like all the bigger group kids,
Yeah, the
right?
heats.
So
Yeah.
like yeah. So the junior year, it was my junior year, bro. Like in the middle of the race, like I think it was like first mile, lights just shut off. I was like, bro, like I cannot see a thing, and it's all crowded, and people were tripping left and right. Like it was awful, and I tripped so damn hard. I missed a turn. It was like a bank right turn, like honestly, like it was a box. So you bank right to the.
Yeah.
I missed it. I freaking hit the pole, knee messed
Oh.
up. Everyone looked like zombies at the end. Like I had
God
dirt all over
damn.
my face. I remember like EMT was all around. Like it was awful, man. Like that was the
Gee.
worst. They should have shut down the race because they didn't. It was a huge safety issue. Like
They just kept it going even though the lights are
they
out.
kept it going. Everyone on the track was like they had their like flashlights on, but that's no use because like you know what like bro like I
Yeah.
can't see. Like you can't see, and like they didn't have backups, and like literally like like everyone's just like the power went out, so they should have just like blew a bullhorn.
Yeah. Did they even have like? Did they even keep time? Like.
I don't even
Good.
remember. Actually, they kept time. Actually, they managed to keep the timer going.
Yeah. Maybe they had like some
The worst race I
external
ever ran.
battery.
Worst race I ever ran. I ran
Oh
like
yeah,
a
I bet.
27. I've never ran a 27.
20. Oh dang.
Like I only ran like
Oh, cause you
like,
ate
the
shit.
worst
Right?
I've ever done. If I'm out of shape, is like 21:50. Like that's the worst I've ever done
Damn.
in freshman year. This was like the worst of the worst. Like I was like kind of like I
Just like,
still
fuck
walked.
this.
Like I still wanted to finish. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna walk this shit. like what's
That's
the point now? It's
terrible.
like it's so dangerous. It's like, you know, like I'm just gonna walk this shit.
Yeah. Fuck. That does sound terrible, dude. I would just be like, what are we doing? Like.
I was complaining, coach. I was like, bro, like why did I like why?
Yeah.
Like why?
No, he
Why
probably
don't they stop the
understands
race?
that. He probably understands. He's probably like,
Yeah,
I
like why
don't get
don't they
it.
all stop the race? Like we were affected. My meet was affected, but the seniors weren't affected. We managed to get the power back on.
Oh.
But like my race was affected. So like I think it was like the second and a half. Like when I was about to finish, they managed to get the lights back on again. And I was like, bro, like, are you serious? Like,
Yeah.
are you serious? Like when
Whatever.
we got to the hard part where it's like bank right, bank left, bank right, like in the park, in the legit park, it was pitch dark, man. Usually there's like a few, like lots of lights, lots of lighting. It was well lit, usually well lit, and like
Yeah. No, yeah,
damn,
it's usually always well lit, so.
yeah, it just turned to a disaster, you know.
Damn.
Yeah. All right, we're closing around our time. I don't
Alright.
know if we should continue of our successes or should we
Oh, we can make
have
it another episode then.
have a separate episode? All right.
Yeah.
So I'll just keep going. We'll make it top 3. How about this? Like we'll make it
Alright,
top
yeah.
3. So.
We'll do honorable mentions of our
Yeah.
worst. Or do you have another one while I think of one?
Yeah, sure. Well, that was probably by far the worst of the worst. Like I've never
Yeah.
ran a 27 or 28, and I was like in tears. The next day, I'm like at the ER, and just like, bro, like I don't like the doctor's like, bro, like why did they let the race like CIF regulations say that if it's like pitch dark or thunderstorms, like they have
Yeah,
to.
it's like a hazard. Yeah.
It's a hazard. It's so
Yeah.
dangerous, and they kept it going. I'm just like, I still remember that day. It's just like, how is this even possible? It's like.
Have
Bro.
you ever gone off course?
I have. I actually
Yeah?
have. I think.
Like bad? Like or
Well,
just,
like
like, a
first
little
of all, like the first time you do it, it's okay, but the second time you do it, like let's say it's like a league meet. First time you do it, like they're like, all right, like it's the first time. Like you know what? Maybe they just don't know. Second time if you do that, oh man, like you get DQ'd. You will get DQ'd. Like
Oh,
first time they're like, okay, he probably doesn't know. Oh, I remember this was like this pre-meet season. Walnut hosted this pre-meet season for track, and we were on the finish line. And I remember this Don Lugo kid. I think it was a Don Lugo kid or someone else, like or Pomona kid. They were right next to me, and we literally went down to the last finish line to get the first place. And I went inside the track. I didn't go. I should have went outside, but he boxed me in, and I went like I accidentally went inside, and I stepped inside and went over the guy.
Yeah.
The ref said if this was a real thing, like you're gonna be DQ'd. Like please, like you make sure
Yeah.
you go on lane 2 instead of going lane 0.
Dude, no. Yeah, bro. I remember Carson when he was running an 800.
Mhm.
He ran a 158, but he got DQ'd because
Because
like
that's on the line.
the Redondo coach snitched on him,
Oh,
saying like, oh, he stepped on the like stepped inside.
stepped
And
inside by accident.
yeah, so he got DQ'd because the fucking coach. But then Carson was like, "Yo, I only stepped inside because your kids shoved me. Like your Redondo kid shoved me." And then that kid got fucking disqualified too. I'm like, wow, bro. Like,
That's just
yeah,
so both of them got disqualified. It's like what?
yeah, dude. I was like, why did you snitch, dude? Just let them get their times. Like, but yeah, it's how it is, I guess. This my honorable mention failure would probably be like I went off course once. We do like this Big Barrel Lake run in the summer in high school. It's like a 16-mile run or something like that. Dude, I went so off course. I was just zoned out. Like I think it was like mile 12 or something, like mile 12. And I went on this street called like Rim of the World. And
Yeah.
I went on it for 2 miles. I was like, where's this lake? Like I was running on it for 2 miles. I was like, dude, my watch is like 14. Like, what the hell? Where's this lake? Like,
Oh, you just by yourself, or you had
yeah,
like?
yeah. Or like you usually run with a group, but like I forgot. I think I might have went with like a fast group and then just dropped back. But I was just so dead, and I'm like, I remember there was these two moms walking on from the other side, and I was like, I was running uphill. I was like, yo, like where's the lake? And they're like, oh, 2 miles the other way. I'm like, dude,
You went the wrong way.
it was bad. Like I ran back, and I was like, dude, if I finish this, it's gonna be like 20 miles. I'm like, ah. And I was like jogging super slow, like probably like 8:30, 9-minute pace. And then one of my coaches saw me, and he's just like, yo, you want me to pick you up? I'm like, yeah,
Oh,
dude.
like he was driving the car.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I was
Oh,
like,
you got lucky then. Like a lot of coaches are really nice. They actually like zoom past around, and
no,
coaches are
yeah.
pretty smart. I've done scouting with Coach Polite. Like I've done it. Like after I graduated, like sit in the car, we have some talks, and he'll be like, all right, like he knows all the names. He'll be like, oh, like we should be accepting Thomas, then we should be accepting like
Yeah.
coming up, and then that sort of thing.
Yeah. But
So yeah,
I got lucky with that. I would have had to just run like 22 miles or something like that, and I was not even ready. Like,
at least it wasn't like a competition.
no, yeah,
Like
it was just like a fun run.
yeah,
Like,
imagine
it's
if
just
it
a
was a
summer camp
competition.
thing.
Yeah, imagine it was a competition. Like you probably
Dude,
like
yeah,
like
I'd be
hate
out of
yourself.
there.
All right, we'll start to head to the final kick.
All right.
We'll do top 3 speed round questions too.
All right, something to do with racing.
Yes.
What race do you think you would win if it wasn't running?
What race? Wait,
Yeah,
what?
like if we were to set up a race, like what
Okay.
race do you think you would win? Like if it wasn't running?
Like what event?
Yeah, just like any event.
Um, probably 32. Not gonna lie, I feel like
Yeah.
we have a lot of sprinters. Um, so probably 32. But
Or
we also
I mean, just like for you, like if we were to set up a race that's like not related to running. Like,
oh, a race not related to running. Oh, I'm
yeah,
so sorry. A
no, you're
race
good.
not related to running. So are you talking about like jogging or walking or what? Or like
No, just for me, like it'd probably be swimming. Like
so?
I think if we did a swim race, I'd probably beat people.
Hmm. Um,
Like a math race. Just kidding.
a math race? No,
No.
probably biking. I'll just say biking.
All right. Yeah.
Now to
Um.
change the gears.
Another. What was your favorite high school race?
What was your favorite running event?
Or yeah,
Or
what's
high
your
school?
favorite event? Yeah, high school both. High
Uh,
school race event.
1600.
1600.
Even though it was really competitive, it feels like it's actually 1600 is a sprint though. My favorite was probably 1600 because it's like
Yeah.
early in the meet, um, and it's nice. I just gotta admit, like it's more competitive.
It's the classic event.
It's a classic event, man. Like
Yeah.
you really know where you're
Everyone
at.
knows it.
Yeah. How about you?
For me, it's got to be the state 5K. That shit was like a lit ass race.
You ran a state 5K?
Or like the Fresno State,
Oh, Fresno kids.
the high school. That was probably the
High
lit ass
school.
race. But my favorite event is probably the marathon.
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last question. What's your favorite Pokemon? I mean, I already asked you a long time ago.
Probably like I don't know. What's the monkey guy with the fire? He's pretty famous.
Monkey
Huh?
Chimchar?
Chimchar. There you go. Chimchar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that guy. How about you?
Probably. I said Mew a long time ago, but I'm gonna think of something else. Right now it's the Electabuzz. All right, Daniel, you're frozen, but usually we end with a quote. I don't know if Daniel's gonna get unfrozen, but I guess I would do the quote. Yeah, racing is fun. All right. Make sure to check out the newest episodes and have a good rest of the day. Peace.
Hello, Running Club at UC Riverside fans. Daniel Yang here, president of Running Club. If you like that video that you just watched, smash that like button down below. If you'd like to see more podcast episodes and creative content, remember to hit that subscribe button right here. Thank you so much for watching.